Right. So when you're dealing with these problems, you really do need to know where you're starting to and where you're going. So centimeters to millimeters. Millimeters are smaller than centimeters. In fact, while compared to meters, it's 100 centimeters. That's centi in a meter, and 1,000 millimeters. So this is a factor of 10. So if we're going from 100 to 1,000, so 64 times 10 would be my answer, or 640 millimeters. Here we have 125 kilometers, and we're going to meters. Again, that kilo, that's 1,000. So there are 1,000 kilometers in 1 meter, and so that would be 125 times 1,000. So we're moving 3 place value spots. And there we go. So we went from 125, hundreds, tens, and ones, to 100,000s, 10,000s, and thousands, moving those 3 place values. 3,500 milligrams to grams. So now we're going to something smaller to something larger. This is the first time we've done that. There are 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. So we're going to be dividing by 1,000. So that means we are going to be moving our place value 3 spaces to the right. Or yeah, we're going to be moving from 1,000 and 100. We're going to be moving 3 spaces. So I'm going to be winding up in 3 and 5 grams. Because 3 and 5 grams times 1,000 is 3,500 milligrams. 3,500 divided by 1,000 is 3 and 5. So we have 4 and 3 tenths liters. How many milliliters? So again, this is a factor of, well, it's a factor of 10. 10 cubed. It's 1,000, so there's 1,000 millis in 1. It's going to be the 4 and 3 tenths times 1,000. So we're going to be moving 3 place values to the left. So we're starting with that with ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So it's going to be 4,300. We have 300 milligrams, and we're going to grams. So remember, a milli is a factor of 1,000. So we're going to be dividing by 1,000. And so that means we're going to be moving 3 place value spots to the right. And I know we're starting with hundreds here. So 1 to the right is tens, and then ones, and then we do also have to go 1 more to make that a tenth. So that would be 3/10 of a gram. All right, so let's look at these word problems real quick. Carlton ran 1.3 kilometers on Monday and 2 4/10 kilometers on Tuesday. How many meters? So we need to figure out what the total kilometers is, which is 2, 4 plus 1. Those are pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to do anything other than that standard algorithm right there. So I have 3 7/10 kilometers. I need to think about meters. So I have to multiply that by, I won't do this, by 1,000, which again means that I am shifting that place value to the left 3 spots. So that's 10, that's tens, hundreds, thousands. So I'm going to get my 3,700 meters. Again, if you're not labeling your answer, you're not 100% correct. Marie Jose weighed both of her pets. Her parakeet weighs 30 grams and her turtle weighs 600 grams. How many kilograms do her pets weigh together? So we have 30 plus 600, so 630 grams. And we want to know how many kilograms. So again, this is going to be dividing by 1,000. So that means we're going to go place values to the right, and we're going to go 3. So we have in hundreds, tens, ones, so that's going to go into tenths. So that's going to give me 0 and 63 hundredths of 1 kilogram is how much those 2 pets weigh together. Walt drinks an average of 10.5 liters of water every Monday through Friday, and only 3 liters of water on the weekend. How many more milliliters of water does Walt usually drink during the weekdays than during the weekends? So, I mean, you can hear how loud people are if you can hear them on the microphone. I'm not sure if you can, but that's pretty loud, don't you think? Let's see. Every day he drinks 10.5 liters Monday through Friday. On the weekends he does 3. How many more milliliters? So the first thing I need to do is figure out what liter difference. So it'll be 10 and 5/10 minus 3. I think I might keep it even here. What if I make this 10 and give 3.5? No, that's still hard. That's the same setup. Oh, what if I make this 9.9 and this 3.4? That's going to give me the same distance. This 6 point... Oh no. I messed something up there. What did I mess up? Oh, it's supposed to go down. This is supposed to be 2.5, and this is supposed to be 2.4. It's because this is 7.5. Alright. See, I didn't keep it the same. When I went from 10.5 to 10, I went from 3 to 3.5. So I didn't keep it even. I should have went down to 2.5. And then when I went down 1/10 more, taking 2 and 5/10 down 1/10 to 2.4. So then I get 7 and 5/10 as my difference of liters. And if I want to know milliliters, that's going to be multiplying by 1,000. So that 7 in the ones is going to wind up in the thousands. So that's 7,500 milliliters difference in his everyday. Challenge: Lindy was making an obstacle course for her friends to follow. She marked an 8/10 kilometer run, a 100-meter jump rope path, and a 50-meter belly crawl path. After her friends complete the course, how many kilometers will they have gone? How many meters? How many centimeters? This is a lot of work here. I do notice I am dealing with different meters right here, different measurements, kilometer and meter. So maybe I'll put everything into kilometers first and go from there. So if I have 8/10 kilometers, and then I have 100 meters. If I'm going to kilometers, I'm going to be dividing by 1,000. So I'm going to be moving 1, 2, 3 spots to my right. So that's going to be 1/10 of a kilometer. And if I have 50 meters, I'm dividing that by 1,000. I'm going to be going 3 to the right here, so I go to ones, tenths, and hundredths. So that's going to be 0.05 hundredths of a kilometer. So if I add those together, let's say I need centimeters too, right? Maybe I should make a table. I think I'm going to make a table so I can keep track of all this. So we have kilometers, we have meters, and we have centimeters. And we have the run, which is 0.8 kilometers. If I multiply it by 1,000, that's going to give me 800 meters. And if I multiply this meter by centimeter 100, that's going to move 2 more spots to thousands, 10,000. It's going to be 80,000 centimeters. The jump, so that gives us 100 meters. Again, we found out the kilometers, which is 0.1, and then the centimeters, by multiplying that by 100. Wait a second, did I do this? 2. Yeah. 1, 2. So that'd be 10,000 centimeters. And then the crawl is, we have that at 50 meters, which if we're multiplying by 100, it's going to give us 5,000 centimeters, because I moved that 2 spots to the left. And we're dividing by 1,000, so that was 3 spots to the right, which was, what, 5/100ths of a kilometer. So now I need to find all those added up. This all looks pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to come down. I have 95/100ths of a kilometer, or 950 meters, or 95,000 centimeters. And I can look at these comparisons and make sure, because I should be multiplying this by 1,000. So that would be moving my tenths 3 place values. So that would be to the left, ones, tens, hundreds. Yep, 950. And then multiplying by 100, moving these 2 more spots. So I should be in the 10,000s, which I am, 95,000.